Constable. We're talking about how dangerous it can get inside vehicles, especially in the summer heat. And we're going to do a little show and tell here, but what's your message to everybody here about that?
My message is to obviously, especially when we're talking about children, is look before you lock your car. Look in the back seat. Throw a shoe back there. Throw a phone. Do something that reminds you of precious cargo in the back. The temperatures inside these vehicles over the summer months can be excruciating. Your body can start to degrade while in these cars in the heat. You know, a car every hour it heats up about 40 degrees. So it doesn't take long for you to start having problems with sweating, going into hallucinations, potentially a coma, dehydrating. You can go through all kinds of things that happen to you in a hot vehicle. And so our message, it's the summer. We need to remind people that precious cargo in their car, whether it be a dog, a child, a senior citizen, or anything else that's something that's live. You want to make sure that you remember it's in the back seat. And with days of heat that we're going to have over our Houston summer, this is what our message is, and we're trying to really get this out so that people don't die. And there was 52 deaths of children in 2018, and so we want to prevent any death from happening.
And that's 52 deaths nationwide. We had a case here in Precinct 1.
We did.
Last week or two, we met with that child's mother, and we've been working on this initiative to raise awareness about this. How important is it that people take this seriously and maybe come to our office or try and get one of these little placards, right?
Yeah. First of all, it's preventable. So that's important to know. And secondly, we're doing a campaign to really give people additional resources to remember that there is something in the back seat. Look before you lock is our mantra. So we're giving out hangers that you can put on your mirrors or somewhere in your car to remind you that there is that precious cargo in the back seat and to remind you to get it. If you don't have that, throw a shoe, throw your cell phone, throw keys. Do something that forces you to go to that back seat so that not one single living thing dies as a result of you leaving them in a hot car. And that's really the message. I mean, you can contact our office. We have the door hanger or the mirror hangers, and they're free, so you can't beat the price. So that's what's most important. We want to save lives, point blank, and especially those children that can't get out of the car themselves. They're in baby seats facing backwards, so you're not necessarily seeing that child's pretty face, because the car seat's reversed.
And it can happen to anybody. I mean, even the most educated parent can have a forgetful moment.
Sure. We have so much going on in our lives right now. Over the summer, the kids are out of school. There's so many things going on. There's so many stresses in everybody's life. And it can happen, even to those that are highly educated. It can happen to anybody. It can affect anybody. And so we want to message this very strongly, get the word out. Again, if you're a church and you have a van that you're taking kids around over the summer, if you're a daycare, if you're an Uber driver, whatever it is, whatever form of transportation, please contact our office. We'll be happy to give you one of these reminders. They're done very nicely, as you can see here. They're done in English and in Spanish, and you merely just attach it to your mirror, and it hangs. The yellow part hangs down, which will remind you again that you have precious cargo in the back. To look before you lock is the mantra. So
that's all I got.
Yeah.
That's a better idea. So smart, Kevin. That's why you're doing this media thing. Oh.
Let me know if that falls over and I'll
okay.
set it.
Can you take the paper and lower it so it's not as visible? Yes, perfect. Thank you. I think that camera's good still.
Okay. Whew.
Nope, it's good. I just checked.
Okay, so who's doing this clock?
Okay, so I'll talk to you while you're doing it.
Okay, somebody be timing.
All right. Hold on. All right. You want to get like a 0-0 kind of thing? Yeah. That's a good angle. Okay, that's good. Sit down. There you go, back there. Ready to start? Start. Okay. Good. All right, Tony. So you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
All right. So we're just starting the clock. So the next couple minutes just kind of gets you.
Okay, wonderful.
Hold on, wait for the truck to go, and then I'll ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
You all right, man?
I'm good. It's a little hot.
Rolling, right? I'm going to ask her a couple questions. So, Tony, describe what it's like in there as you're starting out, if you would, please.
So when I first got in, the vehicle is extremely hot. It's stagnant, very sticky kind of heat. Immediately after just sitting here, I can feel my body already perspirating. Under my uniform, you can't see it, and you're not going to be able to see the sweat marks because it's dark blue. My arms are sweating profusely. My forearms, I can see in my mirror that my face is red. I'm sweating right above my lip. My stomach is sweating. This is extremely uncomfortable.
And you're somebody who works out a lot, you sit your saunas a lot.
I do.
Put this in context for, you know, the type of environments that you're used to. I mean, this is still hot, even though you're used to like going in saunas and stuff, right?
So I typically work out, and I will wear a hoodie in a sauna, which can range from 107 degrees. But I think the difference in this is that in the sauna, I'm able to have the freedom of movement, and I also have the ability to know that I can step out at any moment. I can already feel myself stressing because I know that I have to stay in here just for this experiment. I can't imagine being someone that would be stuck in here without knowing if they're going to get out. The fact that stress is inducing in my body, there is a natural adrenaline dump. And with that, I can feel that my heart rate is increasing. I can feel my pulse more. And I know that that is increasing me to sweat because my blood pressure is rising. So right now, I'm actually feeling stressed. And I know that I'm going to be able to get out of this vehicle and be okay.
Is it easier, Darnell, for you to see her through the windshield because of the tint? Is that a better shot? Guess we'll find out. Okay. So I'll give you some kind of times as we go along.
Okay.
And, you know, up to you when you want to bail out.
Okay.
See how long you feel comfortable.
I mean, I guess as comfortable as you can feel.
Yeah, well, I'm using the term comfortable loosely.
So how long has it been?
So right now we're at 4 minutes and 26 seconds.
So I can tell you right now, I feel agitated. I feel very agitated being hot. in here. It's becoming like harder to breathe. The air is so thick, and my body has so much perspiration on it. Things are becoming difficult.
And this is on a day where it's kind of overcast, actually.
Right. I think that my truck read the outside temperature was 89 degrees when we started it. Not to say that that's what the temperature is inside of the truck. It's definitely a lot higher than that.
Yeah. Are you surprised at how quickly it's become so hot in there?
I actually am. I didn't think that my body, I'm not somebody who typically sweats a lot. Even in working out and being in a sauna, it takes a lot for me to sweat. Just sitting here like I'm drenched. And that is surprising to me that somebody who doesn't sweat is already pretty much, every part of me is sweating pretty badly.
Yeah, I can't imagine being a kid, like trapped in the back seat, unable to get out, or a pet, right?
Exactly. And with children, depending on the age, they're unable to express what they feel with normal verbiage. And so the only thing that they can do is cry to let us know when they want something or they feel discomfort. And so knowing that a child is going to have to cry to let us be aware of the discomfort, that's already going to make them more stressed. And so that's going to increase their body temperature and the sweating and the uncomfortability. So I can't even imagine.
Looks like they found a temperature gun here. And that's at 6 minutes and 30 seconds in.
So 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So I do feel that my core and my chest area I can feel how hot my skin is becoming to the touch. My sweat is becoming more clammy, not as like dripping. Maybe I'm starting to sweat a little bit less, but my skin is becoming hot.
And do you notice any, not psychological, but like mental effects? Do you feel, I know you mentioned earlier feeling agitated. Do you feel claustrophobic? How do you feel?
I don't feel claustrophobic, but that's probably due to me knowing that I'm going to be able to exit this vehicle at some point, but I am starting to feel a headache at the frontal lobe of my head. I'm starting to feel a headache come on.
And are you really only participating because you want to get out of work tomorrow?
That is the only reason. I'm trying to have, a fun Friday.
She called in sick. It's your fault, Bob. Okay, 8 minutes straight up.
I'm starting to feel, when I'm trying to track with my eyes, I'm starting to feel dizzy. My head's heavy. I have a headache. I'm starting to feel dizzy, like things are skipping with my vision.
You're doing good, Tony.
I mean, at least I don't have to go to the sauna later today.
There you go. Anything different that way?
Yeah, it's about 108.5. I mean, sitting in that, you could probably sit in there, my guess is for about an hour before you really starting to feel like, okay.
That's enough. Yeah. All right.
And it's in the heat, and the sun's not just
Right.
Right.
Sort of overcast, right? sweating out here, but not the kind of heat where you would normally see, the sun out. It would be far worse, especially with the humidity, the heat, that adds temperature. Of course, there's a slight. We're at 10 minutes. Do you feel about how you would have expected at 10 minutes?
Oh no, I didn't think that I would start feeling like this until at least like 30 minutes in. And you think about those infants that people have in their back seats that aren't able to kick off blankets, because most of the time parents will put a blanket over their child because they're worried. Even in the summer, I've seen that a lot. I'm a car seat technician for Harris County, and I've seen that a lot. Parents will put blankets on children. What about those kids that can't kick off the blanket because they're so small, and you leave a child in there that's wrapped up in a blanket? That's another thing to consider. That's just miserable. Yeah, my uniform is like drenched.
Much worse. Sure, easy.
So my headache is like pounding now.
Say again, Tony?
My headache, I can feel it like pounding at the front of like my forehead. Like it feels like it's pounding out. I didn't expect to have a headache that badly, this quickly.
Marco.
Oh, that's nice of him drinking a Gatorade.
He's bringing it for you.
I'm just kidding. Wow.
Getting bad?
It's pretty warm in here. What's the time?
Time is 13:45.
Wow.
The thing that gets me too is like, that case with a little boy who was left in the van last year.
Yes.
RJ?
Mhm.
I think it was several hours
Mhm.
before he was found.
Yep.
I cannot fathom.
Being in this vehicle, experiencing this for only 13 minutes, I can't even imagine what you would be feeling or what would be going through your mind even after an hour.
way to get a good tip. Up close on the window. You want to do it? Actually got to open that door on top of it. Looking awful. Just checking to see it won't show properly through the window.
Has it gone up any?
Up to 108. 108. But that makes sense, right? I mean, if the body temperature 99,
Right.
of course you're going to have effects at 108.
For sure.
Look at this old worn-out camera. I don't have any paint. Over 13. It's all old, raggedy. Lights halfway broken. It'll fall off. You talk to Wendy since you know her so well. Two cameras. This red light will fall. That's 30. Oh my goodness. Yeah. They were close to that. And that's what has to trap on. That's what's trying to do the story for you. 30. The world is like 15. Because of what's happening there. And so is it just because you can zoom in? Yeah. Depth of field. But that's a similar. Yeah, this is. They shoot really well at night. Yeah, that makes a big difference. What they call a 5. Marco's coming to take care of you.
Yeah, he brought the smallest waters in life.
You're gonna drink those in about 3 seconds.
Oh. Yeah, my head hurts. Like, it hurts.
This water's very cold. Look at that. 17 minutes. What were you saying?
I can feel my stomach starting to cramp up and hurt.
All right, we're at 18 minutes. What's that left for? You gotta set that out, buddy. Oh, I remember this thing. but it's not. It's an 18. It's not as hot.
I think if it was any hotter outside, I would not be able to last more than like 5-10 minutes in here without starting to panic.
Too much.
It's just excruciating.
Yeah. $19. Where do you want to go, Christian? 30? It's up to her.
What do they want to go to?
What do you want to go to?
No,
It's on you.
what is expected?
No, I don't want anybody putting numbers on you. You tell us when you don't feel good and get out.
You can tell Marcos to go inside since he thinks he's funny.
She's going to kick your ass when she comes out because you're laughing.
Dump it out. Keep on. Just wait.
Become funny if you want a visual on it too. Turn it towards me. down. Up. Turn to your right. 20 minutes.
That's some dedication to the safety of the Precinct 1 citizens. I'm not even speaking right. I can feel myself not speaking right.
That is dedication.
That is dedication.
I don't know many other people who would do that.
I don't either.
I don't know that I would do that.
I don't think so.
You're gonna hate me for this forever, aren't you?
You are the only person I would do this for.
Aww.
Whew. I'm gonna have to let my uniform air out after this. It's soaked. I just feel like really dizzy.
I'm sweating out here. I have nothing to complain about.
It's the worst.
Compared to what you're going. Yeah.
It's the worst. I feel very fatigued.
You got this, Tony. You got this.
Like, who volunteers for things like this? Like, who would do that?
I know.
I'm questioning my sanity at this point.
But knowing you have an out and can open the door at any time.
That is the only thing getting me through right now.
Right. Yeah, we're not going to make fun of you if you have to bail. You know that right now.
Of course.
This is not a mine is bigger than yours kind of thing.
See, but the issue is that I'm a police officer, so I'm going to want to go as long as possible.
So that's why I picked you.
Well, yeah. Yeah, pick the dumb one that doesn't stop. You're so smart, Kevin.
Hey, boss. Don't you come over here and talk with her through the phone. How you doing? Deputy Michelle,
Yes, sir.
how you feeling?
This is the worst. I feel sick to my stomach. I feel like my head is going to explode. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it's hot out, but it's not one of the hottest August days. But we're sweating outside.
Right.
It's out in the parking lot, all of us. So I can only imagine with static air in there, nothing moving. It's quite a bit hotter.
It's very hot. It's very stagnant. A very heavy kind of feeling.
You sweating pretty profusely?
Very badly. My body's very hot. I think the worst part isn't the sweating, it's the headaches.
Yeah. Well, what we want to do is just, again, not take any chances,
Right.
but just to give people a good understanding of how dangerous it is to even be in a car for 30 minutes,
Right.
let alone for hours. And if you're experiencing what your experience is in a 30-minute period, the public should only imagine what it would be 2 hours being in this hot car and how devastating it can be and how hard it can be on the body, up to and including death.
Right.
So it's, and that goes for animals, that goes for anything. So to be in a hot car with static air and heat, it's just a recipe for disaster.
Right. And especially with animals, they have the inability to sweat. So I can't even imagine that feeling. Because I know my body's cooling itself.
That's for say after the sweating, it dries up and it's just hot. Your skin is just hot.
Right.
And then of course you go into dehydration and then, into potentially hallucination. And then you go into potentially, just passing out.
Right.
And of course you don't get into a safe place and get hydrated, then it starts having other ill effects on your organs and different things like that. So just being in that car for the shorter period of time that you have been, you're experiencing headache, you're experiencing significant sweating, is that right?
Yes. Stomach pains, dizziness.
Yeah. 27:30.
Ugh.
Yeah. You want to call it at 30?
Yep.
Is that good for you?
That's fine.
We can have another time, gentlemen, get in there for a couple hours. Our intern. That's part of the internship program. 28. Maybe facing backwards. I want to get that. Hold on. The shot. I don't know if you have a date. All right, Tony, we're almost there.
Okay.
Guys, got your bag in the car? No, not at the moment. Let me give you something. Hang this on your mirror, please. 29.
Oh, thank God.
Tony. Yeah, that was great. You're up.
Oh, this is the worst.
Almost there. 30 seconds. Okay, when you come out and kind of give us a recap, if you would, please.
Okay.
Fifteen seconds.
Whew.
You got it.
Oh my gosh. My legs are drenched.
So tell us what you're feeling.
Well, I feel very weak. I'm dizzy. My head is killing me. I feel sick to my stomach. I feel like I can't pronounce words the right way. I don't feel, my head feels very fuzzy.
Are you surprised at how quickly it took a toll?
Yes, extremely. Like I said before, I go in the sauna with a hoodie all the time, full clothes, and there's no issue. I'm in pretty peak physical condition. I'm a fitness athlete, and so knowing that it took about 5 minutes for me to start feeling agitated, for my head to start hurting, was very surprising. I really thought about 45 minutes I'd start to feel like I do right now, and I felt this in about 10 minutes, quickly.
Well, this is just another opportunity to tell people how.
Please don't leave your children in the car. I can't imagine being a child and being left in there.
Without any hope of getting out, unless the parent discovers that, in fact, you've left the child there.